Guitar nerds, what's up? It's Pete Thorn. Hey, check it out. Micro pitch shift now available in a single pedal format. I love these new single pedals that Eventide's doing. I think it's a really great idea. I did a video already for their black hole reverb in this style format. They're just really simple, and they're taking some of their most classic effects and packaging them in this format. I think it's really cool. So what's up with micro pitch shift? Well, okay, first of all, in my mind, and maybe I'm biased, but I think the classic, most used and most recognized use of the micro pitch effect is Eddie Van Halen's guitar sound from maybe around 1984, the album and the year, through say 96, 97, something like that. So all those records, 84, 5150, OU812, For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge, Balance, those records have micro pitch all over them. So what is it? Well, it's an effect that allows you to widen your signal and essentially get a great big fat stereoized sound. It's sort of similar to chorus, but it's different. So as legend has it, Eddie Van Halen does Van Halen 1 and goes on vacation in Italy at some point after the record was done and out. And he's driving in a car and a song comes on the radio. It's a Van Halen song and he can't hear any guitar. Well, the left speaker in the car was blown out, and he calls Don Landry and says, "What the hell's going on?" And Don says, "Oh, the speaker's blown out on the left side." Well, that would make sense because we mixed your guitar all the way in one channel. Eddie wasn't one to do overdubs, and very rarely. He liked to play all the parts in one, like a live performance with the solo and the rhythm all in the same track. So they've got this one mono guitar track, and if you were to mix Van Halen, straight up the middle in mono, well, you'd have mono guitar, mono bass, you'd have mono band, right? So they decided to take Eddie's guitar, pan it out to the left, and then there was that wash of reverb they used from the Sunset Sound reverb chamber to go over into the right speaker. Well, Ed was never really happy with that, so he's always looking for a way to solve that kind of issue of having all the guitar on the one side, even though it was a really cool sound. So enter the Eventide micro pitch effect, which essentially takes your dry sound, you can put it right up the middle, and then it detunes one side, okay, so anywhere up to 50 cents. And then in the other channel, you can do the opposite of detune, which, what do you call that? Uptune, I guess. So the classic micro pitch sound that he used was basically 9 cents tuned down in one side and 9 cents up in the other side. So -9 in one channel, +9 in the other channel. With the dry sound up the middle, it gives you this great big wide fat stereo effect and widens out whatever you're running into it. And people would use this not only on guitars. I mean, this was something that you could do on snare drums. I heard Mike Shipley was a big fan of this effect. So like AC/DC, if you listen to the For Those About to Rock album, I think it's all over snare drum on that album, allegedly. That's what I've heard. The sound is sort of similar to chorus, but with the chorus, you've got your detuned version of the sound, and then it modulates by changing, I believe, the delay time of that signal, and that's why you get the kind of the sweep effect of a chorus. Some people call the micro pitch effect still chorus because you've got that detuned sound and then the uptuned sound, but there's none of that mod going on. You can actually add some rate and depth modulation to the detuned signal if you want. But the classic micro pitch sound is just the kind of uptune and detune. So you could think of it as kind of like a 12-string guitar. Let's take the first and second strings on a 12-string guitar, which are both tuned to the same pitch, to E. They're never quite exactly the same. They remain relatively constant. You've got two strings, one's at one pitch and the other one's probably a few cents sharp or flat from that. And you get that kind of steady, sort of slightly fattening, chorusing effect. It's like chorus, but it's not chorus exactly. Still chorus. So that's the classic micro pitch sound, but that's not all this pedal does. It'll work like a delay too. You can do everything from slap to long digital style delay with it, and you've got 2 delay taps. So if you want to set up a stereo delay where one side is like 200 milliseconds and the other one's 400 or something, you can totally do that on this pedal. And I did some stereo delay actually on that song at the beginning of the video on the lead guitars. The main guitar part used the classic micro pitch shift effect. And then for the solos, I tried to use lots of echo, and I even tailed out the feedback on one part and turned up the feedback so the note tailed out really, really long, and you'll hear that kind of just classic digital delay effect. And you can modulate those delays if you want to add a little bit of rate and depth. and add the pitch shift effect as well to the delayed signals. Now, as I mentioned, you can only go up 50 cents or down 50 cents on the 2 channels. You would never probably want to go that far unless you were going for some really crazy out-of-tune special effects, because at that point, your delayed note or your pitch shifted note is going to be about a quarter step out of tune at 50 cents. But you never know, that might be what you want to do. You can go for it. Now, you can store presets in this pedal. It's really easy to go from tap mode to preset mode by just holding down the tap foot switch for a couple of seconds, and then you can step through presets. So this is a great pedal if you want to like add a simple delay to your pedal board and also take advantage of the micro-pitch effect. You could have preset 1 be micro-pitch, preset 2 be a slap delay, preset 3 be some sort of long echo, something like that. So I want to solo some of those parts from the song at the beginning of the video outside of the mix, and then I'm also going to play through the pedal a little bit more. I should mention the way that I recorded those parts on the track at the beginning of the video. For the main guitar part, I was actually using the pedal like you would a classic studio effect. I was sending from my recording interface, like you would from an old school recording console, out to the pedal, and then coming stereo out of the pedal back into my recording interface into 2 channels. So you can do that on this pedal because you can run it at line level, which is really cool. So you can use it like a traditional rack effect, essentially. So to do that, I ran the pedal 100% wet, sent some dry signal from my guitar part out to the pedal, and it got the micro-pitch treatment, and then I split it, left and right, and recorded that on 2 tracks. But most guitar players in a guitar rig are probably going to use this pedal a little bit differently. So I'm going to use my TC Diddle looper to play a guitar loop through the pedal. I'm going to patch it in stereo in front of 2 guitar amps, and you'll hear it hooked up that way as well. All right, so let's check out some sounds. Here we go. It's the Eventide micro pitch shift pedal. Thanks for checking out the Eventide MICROPITCH shift pedal, now available in the single pedal format that Eventide is doing, and I really dig this thing. I mean, it's a classic effect. I've always liked that guitar sound that Eddie Van Halen got in the early days, and of course you can use it to create your own tones and do your own thing with it. That would be the hope, I think. Thanks also so much to my buddy Kurt Pescara for playing drums on that track at the beginning of the video. I think he totally kind of nailed that Alex Van Halen snare drum thing. Pretty cool, and I really appreciate him playing on the track. Please hit subscribe if you haven't. Hit the bell beside the subscribe. You'll get an alert when I put out a new video. You can find out more about this pedal down in the video description below. Just click on the link and it'll take you to the webpage for Eventide for the MICROPITCH pedal. I'll see you real soon. I'm Pete Thorn. Take care out there. Over and out.